Caitlin Clark's golf debut just made me so upset with the WNBA.
The WNBA just came face-to-face with a jaw-dropping realization. They may have made the biggest mistake in the league's history. Seriously, did they think shadowing Caitlin Clark and downplaying her extraordinary talent would somehow work in their favor? How could they expect to sideline a generational phenom like Clark and come out on top?
So the LPGA event is expanding its pro-am coverage around Caitlin Clark's participation. Golf Channel's Golf Today will begin 90 minutes early on Wednesday and include live look-ins. It has also been said that you will get to see Caitlin Clark's warm-up.
Leagues like the LPGA know how to spot and capitalize on talent, and they've just schooled the WNBA on what it means to seize an opportunity. While the WNBA buried its head in the sand, the LPGA swooped in, showcased Caitlin Clark's star power, and sparked a social media frenzy that had everyone talking. It's almost laughable how the WNBA fumbled this one, leaving them to deal with the regret of what might just be their biggest marketing disaster yet.
Debut, and it is no fault of hers that I got upset. It is the fault of the WNBA because the LPGA just did everything that the WNBA should have been doing this season. They did it all correct in literally one day.
Caitlin Clark's golf debut was nothing short of a history-making spectacle that left the entire sports world stunned. A basketball superstar casually stepping onto the golf course. She didn't just play. She turned the event into pure chaos, like a Black Friday rush at Best Buy. With one swing, she sent fans into an all-out frenzy, proving her star power transcends sports boundaries.
I thought there was so much buzz online. She was trending on Twitter, all of the things. And the LPGA was promoting the crap out of this event.
Fans went absolutely wild, setting social media on fire and bombarding the LPGA with demands to air the event on television. It was pure chaos. Emails poured in, tweets went viral, and the buzz was unstoppable. The LPGA, realizing they had struck gold, caved under the overwhelming pressure and televised the event, turning it into an unforgettable spectacle.
Originally wasn't even going to be televised, but there were so many fans who were emailing the organization saying, how can we watch Caitlin? Can we come to the event?
And if that wasn't enough, the LPGA made a genius move by pairing Caitlin Clark with none other than Nelly Korda, the world's top golfer. Yes, the absolute best in the game. It was a masterstroke of marketing brilliance that had everyone talking. Together, Clark and Korda became a social media powerhouse, creating more buzz than a swarm of bees and solidifying their spot as the ultimate dream team.
So there are photos of Caitlin and Nelly literally everywhere, and the LPGA was so smart in doing this because they knew that there would be so many eyeballs on Caitlin.
Thousands of tweets, endless Instagram stories, and non-stop updates took over every social feed, turning Caitlin Clark into the talk of the town. The LPGA's social media game was on fire, and they played it perfectly. It seemed like every other post featured Clark in action, and no one was complaining. Fans were glued to their screens, and it was a massive win for both Caitlin Clark and the LPGA.
So if they put their number one golfer, who is currently leading the sport and pushing the sport ahead, if they put her next to Caitlin for the entire event, that's just great. It's great for Nelly and it's great for everyone else.
Even pro golfers couldn't contain their admiration. Golf legend Brittany Lincecum was fangirling so hard that she brought a basketball to the event just for Caitlin to sign. Watching her gush over Clark like a teenager at a boy band concert was both hilarious and heartwarming. The LPGA didn't waste a second, milking this spectacle for all it was worth, and it worked flawlessly. Women's golf got a huge boost. Nelly Korda shone in the spotlight, and Caitlin Clark's influence transcended basketball. Everyone walked away a winner.
She said what she has done for women's sports and basketball, and to have her at our golf tournament, I mean, I'm like in awe. I've got a basketball and hoping she signs it for my girls. But how cool for her to come out and support us this week and only help grow women's golf.
Now, let's talk about the WNBA, or should I say the talking definition of missed opportunities? Here you have Caitlin Clark, a once-in-a-lifetime phenom who could have propelled the WNBA to new heights. And what does the league do? Absolutely nothing. Not a single tweet, not even a lazy Instagram post, nothing. It was like Clark vanished into thin air as far as they were concerned. This wasn't just a minor slip-up. It was a PR disaster of epic proportions. The WNBA had a golden opportunity to capitalize on Clark's golf hype and pull in fans who might have never given women's basketball a second look. Instead, they just sat there twiddling their thumbs, acting like Clark's golf debut was just another ordinary day.
Now, from this event, I have only seen and heard of positive things. I didn't hear one thing about how her fans are toxic. I didn't hear one thing about there being too much spotlight on Caitlin Clark, and it should have maybe been on the professional golfers that are there. We didn't hear any of that. And those are the types of things that we have been hearing for the entirety of the WNBA season.
Even the NBA would hype a player if they were spotted eating a sandwich courtside, and the NFL would make a full documentary if one of their stars hosted a charity bowling event. But the WNBA? They'd rather pretend Caitlin Clark didn't just shake up the entire sports world. Fans were practically begging for any recognition of her, but what did they get? Deafening silence. And honestly, it's no surprise. This is just another example of the WNBA playing it too safe. Not a single tweet, not even a lazy Instagram post about Caitlin Clark golfing in a Pro-Am event. Fans had every right to be furious. The WNBA had a golden opportunity to ride the wave of Clark's popularity and bring in new fans, but they did nothing. Meanwhile, the LPGA recognized the gold mine that was Caitlin Clark and took full advantage. They showcased her in the spotlight, bringing in a massive surge of attention. While the WNBA sat on their hands, Clark is a magnet for attention. She trends. She captivates. She brings in fans from outside the basketball world. And yet, the WNBA, in their fear of giving her too much attention, just watched as the LPGA embraced her and reaped the benefits. They showed the world what it looks like when you support your athletes. The WNBA, on the other hand, looked clueless and afraid of success. This is more than just a marketing mistake. It's financial sabotage. The WNBA is actively harming its future by ignoring Caitlin Clark. They're sitting on potential viewership and sponsorships worth millions, and they don't seem to care. This isn't just about missed opportunities now. This is about the long-term future of the league. Look at the next wave of stars like Paige Buchers and Juju Watkins. These aren't just basketball players. They're influencers, brand builders, and future legends. If the WNBA keeps playing it safe and ignoring them, they'll lose them to other leagues who know how to capitalize on star power. The WNBA needs to wake up. It needs to stop sabotaging itself, or it will lose the very players who could transform the sport. The LPGA showed the WNBA exactly how to market a superstar. The WNBA's failure to do so just highlights how out of touch they are. If the league doesn't change course, it's headed for self-destruction, one missed opportunity at a time.